Hi guys. Hello everyone. Mm. Hi. I'm just waiting for some of them to join so we can shoot out. There's been a lot of questions already flooded with my Facebook messages and Instagram DMs, so I'll be answering most of them. And of course, you feel free to ask any of the questions you like, and I'll try to answer as much as I can. Yeah. Hope I'm audible and yeah, thank you so much. Hope I'm audible. Hope my video is clear. So if you can just tell me if any things to be done so I can make a quick uh, reshuffle and be ready for to shoot and take all the questions. Hi guys, hope I'm audible and all fine. Hello sir. Hello Vishy uncle. Hello. Hi. Thank you so much. Hi, there's been so many people joining already. So we can hear you. Thank you so much. So yeah, I think it's all good. Yeah. So I'll just wait for like one minute more, and then we can shoot off to some people joining already. So hope the audio and the video is also clear. So I'm just trying this Facebook Live for like after a long time. I don't remember when I did the last Facebook Live, so I thought I should probably do one for all my Facebook fans out here. So I just made sure that I come live in Facebook and let's interact. It's been always me talking with some other person, so I don't have the time to probably take all the questions from the fans. But here I'm totally just to interact with all the fans and all my well-wishers. I open to any kind of questions and I'll try to answer. Hello Abhijit, hello sir, hello Milind. Thank you so much. So yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. So many people joining in. It's really nice to see a lot of. I've not been so, probably doing a lot of live sessions in Facebook and not so interactive. So I thought I should spend some time in Facebook as well, which was the page where which took off and then I transformed. Okay, yeah, I think some people have joined in, so let me begin. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Satyan Yanshekharan doing a live with all of them in Facebook. It's a complete pleasure to be in Facebook Live after a very long time. I think that was one in my bucket list, which I thought I should be doing it. And here I finally found time, and Chennai has been completely locked down, and we're back to staying at home. So I think probably I thought this was the right time. I can spend some time to join and interact with you all. And there's been a lot of other questions. And thank you, Asha sir. Thank you so much for all the Facebook fans. There's been a lot of following in the Facebook as well, apart from Instagram, of course. So it was really important that I spent some time over here as well. And yeah, so let me begin with first of all, it's a day with a lot of things to celebrate. So I think it was not just enough. So there were so many. First of all, wishing you all a very happy Father's Day. I think my father was a very big inspiration and a role model, and whatnot, being the backbone of a family for myself, and he was there always for me, supporting me in all my endeavors, and pushing me to to all the limits and pushing me beyond the limits, in fact. And he was the person who always told me that never give up, and try to be the better version of yourself every day. And he was so hardworking, always there for the family. Unfortunately, he's not there with us physically, but I know he's been there always, and the blessings what he has given us has definitely helped myself and my family to really come up to a very good level. So thank you, Dad, and thank you so much. And I'm wishing all the fathers and all the fathers out there who's been the backbone of their families. And of course, happy International Yoga Day. And yoga has been one of my favorite things to do in the lockdown, and it's been a transformation and a game changer for me for sure. I'll be talking on the benefits of yoga and the sport. There's been some questions on yoga as well, so definitely. And happy World Music Day. So I mean, I'm a big fan of A.R. Rahman sir, and music has been so dear to me. So happy World Music Day, happy World Selfie Day, and there was a solar eclipse, which was also, probably once in 10 years this time. And I think there are many things to celebrate on this particular day, and we'll remember this. And I thought this was the best occasion probably to celebrate that and go live and interact with all my fans. Um, yeah. So let me just quickly jump into a lot of questions which I've been receiving. And so what's my daily routine like? What's my daily routine like? I think I've already answered most of them, but I thought, okay, let me just revamp. And of course, I've increased my yoga time, and I'm doing yoga and fitness in the morning, and followed by yoga. And then I have a service practice session. Then I take a small break and spend some time having good, yummy food, which my mom cooks. And then, of course, doing my hardcore robo sessions, and that's how it's been going. So it's pretty much at home. And that was by BKC who asked this question: how to improve footwork and spin, from Niyati. I've taken a session on footwork. Footwork is very, very important, and footwork is something which you should be working on the groundwork. So more importance should be given to the legs. Probably people always play with the hand, but the children should be taught to, in fact, move to the ball to attain the right position and then strike the ball. So I used to, in my childhood, my coach never used to allow me to play with the hand. He always used to suggest me to go to the ball and then strike it. So I think that's a good technique to follow. And to read the spin, of course, she was asked, and receiving serves is something which will definitely improve to understand the spin quotient in the game. And I think spin is the very, very essential thing in table tennis, and which is not so much likely in many other sports like badminton or tennis. It's very comparatively very less, the spin quotient, and that's what makes the sport more and more difficult, I guess. Uh, yes, and so then Kavanya has asked how to practice without table. For sure, you can't practice table tennis without table, but you can do many more things. Without a table, you can do a lot of shadow practice. You can do a wall practice. I mean, that was my favorite thing, wall practice. I used to name the walls like Malong or Timo Ball, in fact, and it was reminiscing when I played Timo Ball actually in the World Cup. So, playing against the wall and setting targets in the wall. I used to set targets in the wall to hit that exact spot, and how I'm able to hit it, how many times I'm able to hit it, I used to count. And if I hit it like, 11 times, and I win against Timo Ball. So if I have those kind of things, I used to be so jubilant and happy winning against top players. I have won everyone at my home. I hope I can do that in reality, one day, beating all those top players. So wall practice with specific targets, shadow practice, and of course doing your fitness routines is something will be very much fun doing at home. And you can do a lot of analysis as well, the video analysis, and that's going to be really helpful when you go into the real table. So Silva has asked me, who's the toughest player you've played? That is a tough question. I played a lot of good players, but I would go with Xu Xin. I think Xu Xin from China was one of the most toughest player I've ever faced, because he was so tricky. There was a video which came out, I think, with Xu Xin. I released a video, and you could have seen how powerful his strokes were and how crafty his serves and all those spins were really, really hard to handle. And I think he's one of the toughest player I have ever played in my career. And some questions from DC College Frenzy: the importance of yoga in sport. I think that's a very good question. It's really important aspect in our life, in fact, and for sport. I think yoga plays a very important role. So yoga can actually, help you in staying in the present moment. I think that is what every coach would have told you, or everyone would have told you: stay in the present moment. People, when it becomes 5-all, and when you are 5-1 up, and then you go 5-8 down, and then people will be thinking like, no, I was 5-1 up, and I've been 5-8 down. And then when it's 5'8", you're not thinking about 5'8", you're thinking about 5'1". And then when you go into a lead, I should take care of the lead. I came back from a down position. So you're never thinking on the current position, and that's what actually is very, very important, in table tennis, to stay in the present moment. And yoga is a very, very powerful tool. So it also makes me self-aware of what I am doing, what I can control my mind, I can control myself. And that's the biggest weapon, you would say, for a sports person. If a guy is able to do that at 10-10, control his emotions, control himself, and just execute on the plan what he's been doing. And then it's just about technically and tactically how much you'll have to improve. But that is a mental quotient I'm talking about. And yoga plays a very big role in getting the best out of you. Of course, you need to practice the skills part, but yoga is a very, very powerful tool. And I have felt that difference starting this new venture in the last 3 months, I would say. And thanks to TAC Yoga, Hemant and Vijaya Gaur, both of them have been doing a wonderful job and helping me to get the best of myself. And the impact of sports, if Olympics is cancelled, or cross fingers if I don't really don't want Olympics to be cancelled. But yes, the Olympics postponement has definitely thrown the sports industry into a very different perspective. And cancellation will definitely be hit very hard on all of them. The disappointment will be very hard, and I hope everything gets sorted soon and Olympics is held with the same number of participants and all those criteria with all the safety measures. It will be very devastating and disappointing, but I don't think it's the end of the road. Olympics is the biggest event, but sport is much bigger than Olympics as such. So I see sport as something which I enjoy, which I'm passionate about. So no matter what, I'll be keep pushing myself. I'll still keep playing whatever the tournaments are, and there'll be a lot of tournaments coming. But the table tennis in me will definitely never die. Even COVID-19 is testing it to the core. And the government support in grassroots level has been excellent. The Khelo India and has been very good. And I think they have been doing a good job in promoting sports, taking that step where the parents and the children feel that there's a livelihood option or a livelihood opportunity in the sport. That's really important to change that aspect from the extracurricular activity to a profession is when the big change comes in. And I think that is what the government is looking at. So I feel the government is doing a great job, and I hope if they can really make in more infrastructure developments, bring in more coaches into the system. That is where we really need to work on, to bring in a lot of quality coaches, Indian coaches. And if they're able to do that, I think with the support system which we are getting, a lot of coaches will train a lot of good players, and definitely you can see a lot of potential. That is what China does. They have a so much bunch of players, so we need to bring in the numbers in the sport. And if they're able to do that, numbers, bring in those numbers into the sport, 10,000 people playing table tennis, definitely there will be 100 people coming out at the top level. And I think that is something which really works. And India, as biggest as population, you will see everyone would ask, we have 1 billion population, and why not winning Olympic medals? That's because how many people are actually playing sport? There's very less 10 years back, but now it's improved. Of course, there are so many people involving themselves in sport and not just watching sport. So I think that is what is important. The participation in the sport will definitely boost it up. Um, how to work on the mental aspect? I rightly said, to work mental aspect, it's about the process and to segregate yourself or separate yourself from the win loss. I think that if you're able to do that, if you're just focusing on what I should be doing at this point of time, then definitely you are being mentally very strong. And that is one thing which I feel I've done to a good extent and help me take those crucial points, especially when it's 9-9. Everyone asks me 9-9 and Satyan, it's very difficult to win against you. That's because 9-9, I don't see it as 9-9. I see it as every point, and I just go out there and then see what I should be doing in this point. And I think that itself instills a fear in the opponent that is fearless of what, no matter what the score is. And I think that is what is important to, detach yourself from the scores and play as a player and play what you will be doing in any kind of situation given. So taking some questions, what are your plan for coming months? No idea. There's been just the training part. We'll have to wait for the ITTF from Milind Damani, who's been asking. So we're just training as of now, and we'll have to see. I use racket. I use the Jin Mijutani Super ZLC blade, and the Tenergy 05 hard on the forehand and Dignix 05 on my backhand. There's been people asking me why I chose this blade. So let me just explain you that the blade has a table tennis blade has two properties, basically the reaction, the butterfly, the reaction and the vibration. So the reaction is more pertinent to the speed of the racket. So the reaction is basically higher, the faster the blade will be. So the vibration is more of the hardness. So what kind of the impact the racket can give, how hard or how the feeling of the racket will be. That's how the vibration is dependent on. So I preferred a very fast racket with a good feel, of course, and that gives a better X factor to my game. So I think everyone has to choose in that. If your reflexes are fast, if you're really good enough, you should definitely choose a faster racket. So everyone asks me what racket I should choose. So there is no perfect racket in table tennis. If not, that would be the only racket. So it's about how fast you are. If you're a fast athlete, if you're moving very well, and if you have the fast reflexes, you can go for a faster racket because you can control really better. But if you feel you're a player a little bit notched down, you want a more controlled blade. There are blades which have less reaction, where you can go, and the vibration is about the feel. So you can also see which feel you can go. So let me next explain you. The better the feel, the more control you can get. It will be more easier, but the impact will be less. So like for example, the Hurricane, like people use more of that. The feel is hard, but the impact is very high. So you'll have to have the balance on that, and of course balance it with the rubbers as well. So if you have a very fast blade and if you put a very fast rubber, it's going to be very hard to manage both. So you'll have to have that right balance on what suits you. You'll have to try a lot of things. I, as an athlete, have tried many rackets, and that's what actually helped me to play better. What stream did you take in 11? That was an interesting question from Vibhashan. Of course, I did my engineering. So I did take science stream with computer science, and physics, chemistry, maths, and computer science was my stream in the 11th. Which exercises can I do if I don't have a lot of time? You need to make time, dude. That was a question from Akshit. So I think the hybrid workouts which you do, like the short ones, the 30-minute workouts, like full on with push up, with a mix of variety of exercises, which it's a favorite for me to have legs and core and the arms push up and all these things. It's called the hybrid workout, which is being the norm now. So if you can do that for a short burst, that's going to be very helpful. So let me take also some questions from the crowd. Hi, it's been so many. As an international athlete, how you keep motivated? So I think the love for the sport is so much, Asha sir. So I think that's what really keeps me going, and I take the challenge every week. So I don't see as Olympic medal. I'll probably push myself to do 35 push-ups if I've done 34 push-ups the previous week. So that's the challenge I do. If I have hit 100 balls with the robo, I'll try to make it 101 the next week. So that's how I've been challenging myself and pushing myself. Sumit Bachane, I played 6 years of table tennis, but without money, we can't do anything at this game. Yes, definitely, it's going to be. Table tennis has become very hard. It's become more expensive, I should say. I, as an athlete, have suffered coming from a very middle class family, but I think compared to many other sports, table tennis is still a little bit of a middle class sport, and there are many sponsorships now coming in with Khelo India, and the associations coming in to help. And so I think it's been much better, trust me, from the past. So definitely you can. Everyone wants to play with energy or techniques. That's not the norm. So you'll have to go with the step by step. I have come to this level because I'm good enough, and I feel I have the proper technique to play with the top level rubbers. So just because Sharath or Satyan is using that rubbers, it doesn't mean you can use that. And definitely you need to build that technique to play at that level. So that's really important that you go step by step, and the better you play, the more you perform, the sponsors will come running behind you. And that's what I always have in mind, that you chase your dreams, and all your sponsors or all your fans or well-wishers will keep chasing you. I think so. That's what is important. Definitely, I've been supporting. We had a very good system where we supported the coaches from Tamil Nadu who has been really suffering from COVID-19. My friend Prabhakaran and Sharathana, Rajat, Kishore, a lot of them are involved in this, and we made we collected around like 75,000 and some groceries to help the Tamil Nadu coaches who have been really dependent on the game, and we've been suffering. So trying to help all the athletes also who are suffering with this. And table tennis is one family, so we're always there to help everyone in need. Please advise if receiving service chop technique help to get a better position. Um, yes, receiving is very, very important. I think a lot of them neglect service and receive, but service and receive is the crux of the game. So once you have a good serve, you will get an easy ball. So it makes your job much easier to improve your game and attack. But that's a very big neglect part on the service. It's much more boring, I would agree. But I think the most boring things you do, the much better player you become. That's how it is. So it's really important that you work on the serves and receives. The better you start serving the receives, you'll understand spins, and you'll have to work on the receives. So how many people actually do multi-ball of receives? I've never seen many people doing multi-balls for receives. Everyone wants to play footwork and everything, but you need to do multi-ball for receives. Tell your sparring partner to do variety of serves and try to understand the spin and do the receives. If you're able to do that, then I think the overall game becomes much better. So let me take some of them. Hardik, the fan who won my T-shirt. Yes, I think he's been waiting for my T-shirt. I'll definitely send once the lockdown is over, dude. And it's been a complete lockdown in Chennai now. So, what are the three most important things in table tennis? I think for any sport, the most important things is three things: is the technical part, and the physical part, and the mental part. So it's nothing like the different from any other sport. So the skills, what I will call the technical and the tactical, comes under one this thing. And the fitness, definitely the fitness is very, very important uh, aspect, which many of them have ignored in the childhood days. Table tennis के लिए fitness नहीं चाहिए, but fitness बहुत चाहिए. So it's really important. Footwork, how does footwork come? You improve your fitness and correlate with that the game. So do fitness, which really helps you play table tennis much better. So just running or just doing fitness or just lifting weights will definitely not help you. It's important what you need to do, because why do you do fitness? Just because you want to get better as a table tennis athlete. You don't want to be in a bodybuilding competition. So I think that's what I'd say. Many of them, it's a very different perspective of doing fitness. I did my fitness on speed, agility, worked on a lot of speed endurance, on my strength, which is needed to, the explosive power. So that's how you work. And definitely fitness is something which you'll start loving to do. And so fitness and the physical part, which the physical part, and of course the skills part, you should be training on the mental part, which is a very, very important part. Even being at the top, many of them choke what they call under pressure. So but I feel pressure is something which you should enjoy. Pressure is a privilege. Not everyone is under pressure. Virat Kohli is under pressure, and the LeBron James is under pressure. Why? Because they are the best who's in their business, and people expect them to win. So when there is a lot of expectations, you are under pressure. So I think that's a positive sign. That's because you're good. That's why you're under pressure. So to have that, the positive attitude in me is you're good, believe that you're good, and you can definitely bring out the best in you. So take pressure as a privilege, and I feel you can definitely handle pressure much better. Who's behind my success? I'll have to probably do an entire different live session to say who's behind my success. There've been so many people. Where to start with? Starting from my school, Kola Perumal Chetty Vaishnav Senior Secondary School, my principal Pillai sir, my parents, my dad, my mom, my sisters Divya and Rekha have been very supportive. They were their handwritings are there all over my record notebooks during my school days. My mom helped me a lot, and of course my friends who have been helping me, my school friends, and my college management, St. Joseph's College of Engineering, my employer ONGC, Go Sports Foundation, Table Tennis Federation of India, Sports Authority of India, and the list goes on, the Sports Development Authority of Tamil Nadu, and of course my coach and mentor Raman sir. I think there's been a very big list of people who have really helped me, and that's why I'm here today for sure. And what is an alternative for an attack? Whoa, I've never. That's a very different question. I have been very good in my defensive game, but I realized that attacking game is very, very important for an athlete, because, as they always say, attack is the best self defense. So I think attack is the best defense, you could say. So I think attacking is a very important part, but at the same time, you need all aspects of the game. Table tennis has become very general now. You need a lot of aspects. You need to have a good defense. You need to have a good serve. You need to have a good receive. So attacking is a very important aspect, but attacking doesn't mean just the third ball attack. It's about the counter attacking game which I improved. So many of them feel attacking is just about serve and attacking. It's not like that. The intent to attack, to do have a counter attacking game, to have better weapons on taking initiative is what you call attack. So attacking is definitely very important to go into the next level. How to overcome nervousness in a match? From Arun Marimuthu and also Bhakt, someone asked me, uh, how do you feel nervous when you play against Timo Boll for the first time? Yes, I did feel very nervous playing Timo. He was a legendary player. Playing Timo against the wall and playing him in real was a very surreal experience, I should say. But I think I did feel nervous, but I always came through that. It's because I see Timo Boll or someone as an opponent. I see Timo's strength. I'm not afraid as a player. Idealize them, then you can never compete against them. So it's important when you see your idols, you stop idolizing them and see what their strengths are, and then you work according to that. So I did put up a good show with Timo. I took off a game, and it was a close match in the beginning. And of course, Timo was a very solid, strong player. But I think I did put up a good match, and it was a great experience playing such a gentleman of the sport who's carried the sport for such a long time. Um, from Parashar, how to improve the feeling, the contact points. It's really important. People don't think about the contact. So the racket is small, but it's really important that how you contact. So for the backspin serve, you need to contact at the bottom of the racket. For the empty serve, you contact at the top. And for the top spin, your racket is closed and you hit it at the top. So these are minute details which the children miss, or the coaches miss during their childhood days, the technique. So it's important to work on the contact points. So many of them ask why you don't get spin. So if you have this racket flat and then you try to hit it at the middle of the racket, you don't get enough spin. So if you need spin, you need to hit the top of the racket. So you have the entire surface to, in fact, for the ball to rotate and get that amount of spin. So you might not hit the initial exact point in the beginning, but that's how the practice comes in play. So it's important to work on the contact points as well when you do the serves, when you hit your top spins. Um, so some question, long break for kids. Yes, the kids have to keep going. I think it's really important. Sports persons are the motivation for all of them. So, keep pushing. Sport is something which keeps us lively always. So do not give that. It's become a part and parcel of our life. So I know it's been a tough time for all of us. So the kids keep doing something or the other. Keep yourself engaged in any activity, playing walls, challenging each other, hitting the walls 20 times at the same point. So all these things can keep you on the toes, and I'm sure India and the entire world will definitely come back very soon from this COVID times, and the sporting fraternity will come back to life very, very soon. So it is advised to use robot. Yes, robot is very, very useful, because imagine it puts 120 balls per minute for me, and my speed has really improved quite a lot. So I think it's a very nice way, the robot, to improve your techniques, to uh, improve your techniques there, and to improve your game in the skills part, which a human cannot put. So it puts that specific amount of spins, which will really help you to get to the next level. Placement game like Walna, yes, the placements will definitely help. Of course, if you're able to place it like Walna, you will be close to a world champion. Walna has been one of the legends. So placements are very important in the game, but at the same time, the techniques are also very important. You can't just, many of them just do placements, but the ball comes in, they don't finish. So I was a player who always didn't finish the rallies, but I realized it's really important to have more quality rather than the quantity when you get better as a player. So you have to finish and seize that opportunities when you take the first opportunity and try to finish the ball as early as you can. And there's been a nice question from one of the greatest fans of me, Subramaniam Vishwanathan sir. When will you beat the Chinese? You've beaten the Europeans, you've beaten the Korean, you've beaten the top Japanese. When will you beat the Chinese? Yes, I've already beaten a couple of Chinese already. So Wang Chukin was one of the Chinese I beat, and there's been a couple of Chinese that also I beat in Hang in my junior days. So yes, To the top Chinese, I can understand. I mean, there's been the world beaters. Definitely, we're getting there. We already started to trouble them, take those games, push them to their back foot. And with the way that I'm improving, I definitely feel there'll be a day when the Chinese supremacy is coming down, and definitely we can be there to beat the Chinese players very soon. And India being a very superpower in the table tennis, the day will definitely come very, very soon. Has been questioning in close games. How do you keep your nerves? Yes, like I say, when I start losing, I just forget it. I see anyway I'm losing, so what I'm already thinking about, so I just go all out. When I'm down, and that's why I've converted many games where I'm 5-9 down, I go on to win. That's because I play like a nothing to lose attitude when I'm down, and that's really been helping me. Close games, I really focus on what process I should be doing rather than thinking about the score. I think that is some habit which you should develop even in practice games. Like, you play 8-all, 9-all with your friends, and if you're able to do that, definitely you will feel a much bigger improvement in your this thing. From Saisha, tell a few tips to handle mental pressure. Yes, I think that's been really hard in this COVID times. I think it's really important that indulge in activities like a lot of physical activities will definitely help you release your mental pressure and do things you like, and also venture into new activities. Like, for example, yoga has really helped me, and do things you like, of talking to your friends, and keeping in touch. The mental health has all been talked about very importantly. So it's really important that you take care of your mental health, and that's the most important driving factor in your life. So do things which you like, talk with everyone, socialize. Table tennis is very important, but table tennis is not the only thing in your life. That's the way I look at it. So I always make sure I socialize with my friends, and I do things like yoga and play with the robot, spend time with family. That's the best thing which releases your mental pressure. I discuss with my mom from politics, from the neighbors gossips, and the relatives. We go from A to Z, I think, whatnot. And I think that's been one thing which I also am enjoying, to spend time with my family, because that's been a luxury for top sports persons like that. Others, what are the key differences when you play against the Chinese from the other ones like Japanese? Others, that's a good one. Yeah, the Chinese, I feel they're very strong in technique and as well as the pass. So they don't give you that. They feel like they're choking your neck. They don't give an inch of opportunity to take an initiative, and then they are very powerful. So it's really important. They have a very good, strong serve and receives. So you'll have to focus on that, and I think that is where the game starts. If I'm able to make inroads into serve and receive, then make the rally even Stephen in the rallies, then I can definitely compete even with the best in the world. In different atmospheres, how does your mind impact when you're in different atmospheres? Which is the best place you give? Which is the best place you feel is? So many questions in one question. Yeah, come on, guys. Best phase, I always feel very good to play in India, and of course, I enjoy playing. I played a lot of times in India, but I think Australia was one of the places I really felt nice to play. It was very warm, and I enjoyed playing in Australia. And of course, Spain is my favorite. I won my second best to Pro Tour, second Pro Tour, and became the first Indian to win two Pro Tour titles. So I played my best table tennis there. So Spain would definitely be very close to my heart. Playing Simon was fantastic. I think I played one of the best things. He was a very tracky player, playing a lot of rallies and not giving you. You always feel it's done with him, but then he's coming back. He's not giving you free points. So, but I kept pushing myself, and I felt that match where I could, stick on to that. Mentally, you have to be very tough playing a mentally tough player like Simon, because till the last point you feel you've won it, but he's not going to give you 1 point of a gift. And that was a very important aspect which I kept pushing myself mentally with Simon, and that paid off in the end. And I think the strategy with Raman sir also gave me, he being my side in the World Cup, playing against Simon. I've lost twice, but I think that win against Simon will definitely be one of my very, very special victories against Simon Gauzy in the World Cup. How to improve serves? A lot of service practice is important. Have targets in serves near the Patel. Have targets in serves, and then you will definitely be very nice, and you can really improve. First ever international match. Oh, that's a long way. I think my first international match, Aisha, was in 2005 Doha. I really remember Dad came all the way, in train, and I took my first flight for a tournament, and it was so special. He came to train till Delhi. He dropped me there, and I went on to take a flight there to Doha along with my team. It was very, very special, donning that Indian jersey, and I even went on to win a medal. In the Qatar Junior Open in Doha, and a lot of learnings. I felt how different it was to play internationally, how the quality was so high, and the experience was something which I would never forget. Memorable match. I think the match against Harimoto in Asian Championships was something which I'll never forget because it was something the best victory in my life, and it was very, very special to me. Yeah, the learning was, of course, that I could pushing myself will definitely help me to get the best out of myself, and I can even go on to win the top players in the world. Sports industry has been affected quite a lot. We are trying to come in with a lot of campaigns now with helping the very needy, and I feel the motivation is something which people have, because the uncertainty is very high, and the future of what sport is something which is being worrying. But I still feel sports persons are known to be the warriors, and to fight back all the time when we are losing. So this is the time we should think like we are having a crisis or something which we are facing a difficult situation. So what you do in a difficult situation in a match, you come out with a strategy and then fight back, and then work on the process, and keep pushing yourself, and definitely in the belief that you will win. And definitely that's what I've done my entire life, and I've come to a reasonable success. So that's how you should take this as a match, as a marathon match which you're playing, the COVID, and I'm sure everyone will be victorious in the end. From Vinay, there's been a lot of questions. With higher players, yes, I play like I have nothing to lose. I think that's I go out challenging, them right from the beginning. I just go and push myself, give out my best game against the top players, and that's when I feel the pressure is built on the top players, and then I can take on the game from there. And yeah, thank you, Vinay. That was for you. And Satish, best age to start. I think the younger you are, always say catch them young. I started the sport at the age of 5, so catch them young, and play as early as like 5, 6 is a fantastic age. And the earlier you start, I think the better you can game, because the table tennis is a sport which takes a lot of time to improve your techniques. So it's important that you start early, and then definitely you can make a big mark in the sport if you are consistent and patient and persistent. Trick the mind, yes. Focus is something important. You'll have to probably uh, do a lot of mindfulness, and not keep thinking about the what happened in the past or what happened in the future. It's about the present moment. That's when you actually don't involve mind. You just focus on what's happening now, and mind is something which keeps reminding you of the past and future, and that becomes very difficult when you play a sport or in your life. So staying in the present moment is something very important, and that gives you the strength, in fact, to play better. One quote which I always believe that my favorite one is champions are not born, but they are made. So everyone thinks they're born genius and everything. They might be a little bit talented, but a champion can never be born. There has to be some small talents in him, but you'll have to work hard. You'll have to, push yourself, and do that smart work. And champions are definitely made. You'll have to earn that to be a champion. And just by being talented, that I've seen a lot of people who have been talented, but not working hard enough to make that mark. So it's really important that you push yourself, and use your talent in the right way. And definitely that's what I did. I was probably talented to some extent, but I felt I did the hard work, which really helped me to come up to this level in the sport. Yes, a lot of people ask, I practice mein to main, what I do practice. I just hit many strokes. I hit four and top spins. I don't miss a ball in the practice, but match mein jaake, like, I start missing. So many of them are. That's the reason why, because I think that's a very big disconnect between practice and match. So you will have to bring that match-like situations in the practice. So I think bring those match-like situations in the practice. Challenge yourself. Give your small challenges. Like, for example, I play with a player with a 5-8 down, a pressure situation. Play for bets, like going around the table, giving him a chocolate. It can be smallest thing, like, and that small pressures which you built in the practice is what actually happens in a match. So if you're able to do that, challenge yourself in practice, and keep targets, making it a match-like situation, I think that will definitely help you to play much better as an athlete when you and reproduce what you've been practicing in the match. So I think I've been a good athlete who I've been able to reproduce what I've done, in the practice to the match. What are the tricks out of coming out? Obviously, obviously every opponent will be different. Needs to be treated specially. Uh, Come out of a comfort zone. Yeah, I think that's important, to come out of a comfort zone. Coming out of your comfort zone is what actually it's called the coming out of the box. So if you come out of your box, that's when you become visible to everyone. So you'll have to come out of your shell, then you get a lot of different ideas. So I was an athlete who felt playing more balls was important. I want to play 120 balls, 101 balls when the opponent plays 100 balls. That was my agenda. But Raman sir completely changed it. That playing 4 balls with good quality, and you practice like 4 million times. The quality is what matters at this level, and that one thing which I came out of my comfort zone. Not trying to be very safe or secure, and taking that risk, going for that shots, practicing that, of course, but taking those chances when you feel many of them don't take that opportunity and try to get into the rally again. That's how life is. That's how exactly sport is. So you'll have to take that opportunity. You never know what the result is going to be, but when you take those opportunities, when you take those chances, and you definitely never know what will happen. And I realized what happened. Sorry, when I took those chances, and it really helped me to come out to this game. Sorry. So okay, it's been a long live. I'll take a last couple of questions. Um, Thank you so much, guys, for bearing with me for such a long time. I think Roger Federer has been my role model. Yes, he's been my favorite role model. I think the way he pushes himself, right from the elegance which he plays the game. That's the most important aspect, making it look so easy. And you feel like he just goes gliding. He's just having a coffee and gliding there and hitting a forehand shot. That's how easily he moves. So getting that easiness and not trying to be so stressful, and bringing that relaxed movements really helps you to play much better. So that elegance really inspired me in Roger, and that way of bringing in different ideas. You should see, he should be changing. He has played different generation of tennis, from volley to baseline. So the different ideas which he brought in, that's exactly what I did to change in my games from a very controlled to a very attacking game. So that's something very inspiring from Roger, and still pushing so hard in spite of winning 20 slams at the age of 40, still pushing so hard. It's been a huge inspiration for me right from my childhood days. Main focus is practice. I have a different kind of practice with off-season practice, and during tournament sessions, and like a post tournament. So it's important you segregate, and you have a plan on what you should do. Many of them just go practice and don't know what they have to practice at this point of time. So you need to jot down the skills, what you need to practice this week, and see yourself how you've improved. Put a score for yourself from out of 10, how you've improved in that skill, and assess yourself in the practice. That's when you get better and better as an athlete. So it's important to see and measure your practice in a way, and then of course be liberal to you and keep working on that, but don't do practice in a very monotonous way without having any kind of goals, and that's when you disconnect yourself from practice and match. Favorite rubber, and I'm a butterfly player, and I really love the butterfly rubbers because that's the best I've played. I know the spin which gives me. So the best one is I'm using right now. Um, like the Mujitani Super ZLC and a 10G05 hard and Dignic 05 on my back end. Thank you. Nice hacket. It's a hacket I've gone short. It's super hot in Chennai. So we have been not going out after the full lockdown, and I've been not yet started with the practice as well. So yes, it's super hot even with the air cons on. So I thought I should get a one short one so that I don't sweat so much when I do the workout. So it's important to the sweat which comes in really hard. So yeah, that's why the short haircut. And of course, I did a clean shave. My mom likes a clean shave. I think all the moms would definitely always want. It's a story in every household. Get the clean shave done, and so yes, it's also something which keeps me more feel more lighter. So I do. The saloons are closed, so I feel it's anyway coming out. So I did a clean shave and a very short haircut, and it's actually grown a little bit. Yeah, guys, thank you for joining. So I'll take difference between Indian players. Thank you for best session. The last one. Yes, practicing with a lot of foreigners. It's a different flavor. Indians play a very different kind of game, and foreigners play a different kind of game with a lot of aspects. The serve, the receives. Table tennis is a very skill-based game. So having a different flavors always gives you different ideas, and then makes you more experienced. So it's important you play with different kind of players to assess yourself on how good are you able to play your game. So yeah, guys, thank you so much. I think it was so much fun. I think I was really a little bit scared in the beginning how it's going to be Facebook Live because I've not been interacting with my Facebook fans of late, and I'll be doing a lot of Facebook Lives very often from now because I feel it's something which I should be doing to interact with you all and see it's a different kind of crowd. There's been so much good response. There've been so many questions coming in. Sorry, I couldn't answer everything. I tried answering as much as I can. Do DM me, and I'll be coming in live. Try to coming in live very frequently in Facebook and of course Instagram, and try interacting with you all the time and giving all my inputs what I can be, and be the best of yourself. So keep pushing yourself, and keep working hard, be patient, and I'm sure the sporting fraternity and the table tennis family will definitely come back from this pandemic very soon, and we'll come out in flying colors. And I'm really looking forward to play for our nation in the international event, take that flight to play for a country. And the one thing I'm missing is the national anthem being played when you win the gold medal. So I'm really earning for that medal and pushing hard, and I feel it'll be fun and excited. I'm just looking forward when the tournaments will resume, and definitely I can give out my best, and I'm sure everyone is looking for that moment when the tournaments will resume. But it's important to keep in shape, so keep pushing yourself, and I'm sure the day will come soon, and we all will be hitting the table very soon, and everyone is eagerly looking for that. And wish you all a very very happy Sunday, of course, and all the very best. And do your routines. Don't be lazy. I think that's something which everyone did. Don't be lazy. Do your do a challenges. Fix yourself with weekly challenges, which will be a lot more fun to push yourself. And I think that would be something which have been helping me to push myself in this tough time. So all the very best, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. There's been so much responses. So I'll be doing a lot of live in Facebook as well very frequently. And keep in touch and keep supporting me as always. Thank you so much. Take care and goodbye.